Hooligan alert! Hooligan alert! Tiny Bally Ho, everybody. Yes, I am taking out a Daytona R. This is purely because a subscriber commented and said, when are you taking out the Daytona? And I said, I don't really fit on them. And he said, oh, go on. So here I am, Daytona R. 167 kilograms dry, 183 kilograms wet. The R has the Olins, the Brembos, the carbon stuff, so like the carbon inserts here, fully adjustable suspension obviously, and the carbon rear hugger. It's also 1 kilogram lighter apparently than the standard Daytona. So yeah, fully adjustable Olins, light as fuck, tiny little seat. Ouch. Quick shifter, sorry, yes. The R also has a quick shifter. As standard. Doesn't have the arrow as standard though. Right, so hang on. Oh yeah. Ooh. Right, so okay. This is ridiculous. I've only got a navigator jacket on. I've got my silly Union Jack gloves on, and here we go. 128 PS, so let's call that 127 brake horsepower, 74 Newton meters of torque, which is 55 foot-pounds of torque, in a very light bike with sports tyres. Very dusty. I mean, how dare they? Herts Triumph, you really do need to clean your bikes more often. Oh, I can barely get my leg up. Side stand. Nice. Okay, it's a very hot day. Oh, I feel like a jockey on top of a Shetland pony. Well, it sounds nice anyway. So pretty much the same brakes I've got on my thrusty. Right, so knees are definitely hugging the tank. I'm very much leant forwards. And it revs to 14,500 RPM, which is a lot. In fact, I think I'll be illegal on most roads in first. But that's the point, it's a track day bike. Street triple was 13, I believe. Okay, so it's that familiar 675 triple engine. It's a bit rortier than the street triple, and it's got but it's got the standard can on this, not the arrow. I just feel I feel like a tiny little jockey perched on top of an even tinier horse. Certainly the position is like a lot like a jockey's with the stirrups up high. My knee's already hurting, although I hurt my knee the other day. I went to the... Oh, that is, look, no throttle. That is so loose. So this isn't a ride-by-wire throttle. So it's got a lovely noise. Even at 6,000 revs, it sounds like it's screaming. It's warm already, that's good. There's a nice mixture of torque. It's not as torquey as the street triple, but that's the point. You get a lot more power off this same engine to do with cams and ignition. So you've got more high-end power but slightly less torque, but because it's still a triple engine, it's still got a nice torque even as low as... Let's go down to 4,000 revs. Who's behind me? Nobody. Even at 4,000 revs, there's a nice pull there even so. But that slack is just not good. You want half that throttle slack. Naughty Triumph. The gear selector's in the right position for my feet, but I'm very much eating. I do feel I'm too big for this. I know people like the Baron's taller than me, and he could fit on this just because he's probably a bit more pliant. It's a good word, that. Pliant. Everyone likes a bit of moist and pliant. Right, so I'm in first gear. Nothing's coming. I am indicating. Whee! I just feel right over the front wheel, but I suppose that's the point. So yeah, that's 10,000 RPM. It's quite screamy, but that's because it's a little engine. I believe it's over square pots. So that's 80 in first gear. There's good engine braking. Oh, there go my nuts. No, it's not bad. Now, just to mention about the seat, I managed to push myself right back here, and I had much more room there, and I could then dip right down. And Bigglesworth was saying the street triple, because the seat comes up here, you can't do that. You haven't got room to really move around. So that's obviously a plus point for this. This is the Daytona 675. Okay, so here we are. The Daytona 675R by Triumph. It is a very impressive, very pretty wee beastie. Now the R has carbon extras, infills, body panels basically, underneath the seat, subframe, all that kind of stuff. It's essentially your street triple 675 engine. Now I've mentioned the weights. 167 kilograms dry, 184 wet, you know, fully tanked up. It's a 17.5 litre tank, which is great for a sports bike, I reckon. So taking it easy. I mean, it says steady 75 miles an hour, you get 52 miles to the gallon. Steady 56 miles an hour, 70 odd. Bollocks. You're not going to get that in a combined cycle, so you can probably expect around 42 to 48 miles to the gallon with a mixture of A roads, B roads, hooning, chilling out, that sort of thing. I love the shape. It is still shark-like, especially with that blunt nose, but it's just not quite as refined as a Ducati, I don't think. But it's certainly, for the money, £9,600 for the standard Daytona, and for this one, the R, it's £10,949. £11,000. I was told not to say 11. I was told to say 10,949. So that is the differences I've mentioned. Brembo brakes, Olin suspension, quick shifter, apparently, and all the carbon infills. Apparently that saves 1 kilogram in weight. Yeah, I'd get it for the suspension and the brakes. The quick shifter's fun, first time I've used one, and it does make a bloody good sound when you shift. It's just... It's brilliant, brilliant sound. The triple's got a much throatier sound than an inline 4 as well, so I did enjoy hooning it. Not much to say. It's a sports bike, it's got the 675 engine. It hasn't got a radiator guard. Depends on your usage. It comes with the Super Rosso Corso tyres. You have got a double-sided swing arm, and you have got ABS and traction control, which is switchable. You can get an anodized rear brake reservoir as usual. You can get the Arrow can, but that hasn't got a removable baffle, but some people chop them out. Tail tidy, it's kind of a must with these little prongy things out the back. LED indicators again, what the hell? Oh, Triumph, come on. This is the R, it's the flagship sports bike, and you go and put bulb indicators on it. Ah, well. Nice little red subframe. When they came out on the Street Triple in 2012, they were Marmite, like it, don't like it. Vegemite for the Australians watching. The mirrors, they do fold in for filtering, but it's quite narrow anyway for filtering already. So actually, you'd be able to filter better on this than on a on my bike. It's gorgeous. What do you want to know? It's got the old-fashioned fuel filler cap, because of course this hasn't been updated like the Tigers and the Speeds have. There is torque. Was it an 800 and 850cc Street Triple Daytona coming out. So there is talk of something better coming out. But it is a beautiful, beautiful looking little bike. I'm not the greatest person to judge how it compares with other sports bikes. This is the first sports bike I've ridden. Great fun. Didn't feel light at the front. I didn't shit myself. It didn't wheelie. So it was good. I like it. I felt very safe on it. So for a first sports bike, it's excellent. It's extreme. I would want to be doing 60 miles an hour or more all the time to be in any sort of comfort. It's got negative. It's got a negative screen, which is quite cool. But a bit difficult to see in the sun, unfortunately. So we've got engine temperature, clock, gear indicator, speed, fuel gauge. We've got average miles per gallon. This is a demo, and it's got an average of 42. Take off a couple for that. And then, obviously, if you want to change, you go miles to the gallon, trip 1. 366 on this trip. 28. Oh, it's got a range. Good. Range to go. That's a good one. Clock. So actually very similar. So there's trip 2. Setup ABS on. So you can turn the ABS off. You can do a lap time. I think that's done with the engine start switch when you go over a lap. I don't know how to fiddle with the setup, but I'm going to have range to go, I think, as I've got to get home somehow. I'm not going to be doing any selfie stick stuff because I don't want to risk it with these clip-ons and this extreme position and on this bike. So we're not going to have any ride-bys, I'm afraid. But when the ignition's on, you've got that little daytime. It's not really an LED light, is it? Oh, look at that air scoop, though, right in the front. Whoa. Yeah. So then when you start the engine, you have one light on. Then when you go to full beam, you have both lights. And that looks pretty good. I quite like the look of that. The shape of the lights is quite mean. I like that. That's good. So let's take that off full beam in case I forget. So, no one's around. Let's spoil the peace with a bit of engine. It's quite a nice burble, isn't it? Yeah. That's 6,000. Interesting. Sounds like a sports bike. As it should. So yes, thanks for watching. I'll do a bit more riding stuff. I'll try to be a bit braver with the road. Might go on the dual carriageway. And I'll get back to you. Ta-ta! To third gear, 40 miles an hour, 4,000 revs. It's comfy. I mean, I'm having to squeeze with my knees. It could do with tank grips, I'll give it that. Those stomp grips are very good, although apparently they eat leather trousers. I think that's what... And lizard skin? I think lizard skin do something like that as well. I don't know. The thing is, you want something abrasive, but not too abrasive, to go through your thighs. It's a good little sports bike, I suppose. Have I ridden a sports bike before? No, this is my first sports bike. Obviously, I've ridden the Speed Triple ad infinitum, but this feels not dissimilar in oomph to the Speed Triple. I suppose, yes, it's got similar power, but it's much lighter, so let's work it out. 215, Speed Triple is 215 wet. So this is 30 kilograms lighter. Obviously smaller in geometry and all that kind of stuff. Biting point is high. Oh, bollocks. Sorry. It's a nice noise from that exhaust. Very racy. Very racy. Aha! It's like a sheer negligee in a 1930s Agatha Christie. Very racy.
it's the absurdity of what I'm doing as a Captain Rambunctious. This is a very funny bike to be on. Oh, so I need to be doing 40. Here's 40. There's a speed camera, speed camera. Whee! Oh, if you just want to go fast on this, it's wonderful. There's just, even for a fatty like me, there's lots of... Wow, that's only about a half throttle. Yeah, it's very good. Very good. Oh, it rides the bumps all right. It's not that harsh on the wrists, I must admit. Once you're up to speed, once you're up to speed, the wind takes a lot of your weight. That's quite nice. But if you look at how high my head is above the screen, I'm not getting... I mean, if I have to sort of concertina my body up to get any help from that screen whatsoever, I'm just too big. Maybe I need to move further back in the saddle. Hello. Actually, I can move right back. Oh, I can move a long way back. And then tuck right down. Okay, so for bigger chaps, you can move right back. Oh, let's go around here faster, shall we? Oh, yeah. Well, it's light, it's precise. It's not too light that you feel like you're going over... I mean, the Street Triple I always find too light. But this isn't. This does not feel too light. It's just got just the right of... Hang on, where's... I don't even know if that was full throttle because it's so, shit. Watch yourself, sunshine. That was full throttle. Towards the end I went full throttle. That is incredible. There's so much there. That is a lot. So it's not quite the most powerful bike I've ridden. Gosh, but it is the fastest. It's because it's got those extra revs over the Speed Triple. It's got... I mean here, the Speed Triple tops out there. But here, you've got so much more. I don't even know if this is good for the bike or not to be sitting in high revs, but you know, it is. I don't know. But it is where the power is. Above 10,000 it just goes woohoo! But I'm also going faster than I'm used to on these roads because of the seating position, and you feel because you're leaning forwards and because... And if you don't want to sit... Wow! If you don't want to sit in the revs... Well, the brakes aren't as harsh as I expected. If you don't want to sit in the revs, you've still got plenty... Look at that. Plenty of torque. Plenty of torque. My one criticism of the throttle is that you have to twist it too far to get to full throttle. I'd much rather it was a shorter throw throttle. Oh, I forgot I had a quick shifter. Now BMW have developed a quick shift that goes up and down. They don't call it a quick shifter, they call it something else. But yeah, this is quite a beast. I'd love to. I don't know. I mean, I'm not really into track days and bravado and sports bikes. This isn't. I'm enjoying the sensation, but I'm not enjoying the experience. Does that make any sense? The sensation of the power and acceleration I'm enjoying, but riding the actual bike in this position, I'm not particularly comfortable. I can cope. I'm not complete decrepit yet, but and I'm quite pleased about that because I didn't think I'd fit on it very easily. I am compressed, but not too compressed. I wonder if this position is more extreme than on the BMW S1001RR. I'd love to ride the S1000RR because all my heroes have ridden it. I'd love to ride the Ducati, but I really, really was uncomfortable on that. Personally, I just think, like Missenden Flyer, he's got the 899 Panigale. I prefer it over the latest iteration with those silly pipes. So that's only 8,000. I'd change up there normally. But it's got a lot more to give after that. Street triple! Hello! Was I a bit overexcited about that? I know I was short shifting, but that street triple, that quick shifter is really quite fun. It's lovely sound. It sounds the engine. It just makes the engine sound really cool. I'm starting to get flies on my helmet. Ooh, misses. So I need to keep checking the camera's clear. Right, so we're in 4th second, 6,000 revs. Hooligan alert! Hooligan alert! Oh my goodness, I just did an awful lot of braking just to slow down to 60. Wow! That does sound absolutely wonderful! When you've got the engine under a lot of stress, and then you get up to 14,000 revs and using the quick shifter, wow, just wow, it's a wonderful sound. I never thought I'd find that sort of sound intoxicating. It's not me. I much prefer a twin burble with a rorty sort of thing, but that sounded immense. There's a bit of a flat spot around 7,000, but only at half throttle. I don't think it's there when it's at full throttle. I hope I'm saying all the sorts of things people are interested in when it comes to the Daytona. Let's do that again. Right. Right, the quick shifter is quite jerky, but it's much faster than I could ever be. Oh, I'm glad it's a warm, dry day, otherwise I'd have shat myself a few times. And you've got the LED rev lights, which is nice. Speed Triple doesn't have those. Whereas I think it's quite cool. Little blue LEDs lighting up when you're getting close to getting popped. And yeah, you can sort of adjust your weight so that if you don't want it on your wrists, you can take it on your lower back by squeezing more with your thighs. So you can give your wrists a break. No pun intended. And this is fairly bumpy and I'm not too uncomfortable. Oh, that is special. That is very good fun. I can see why people want them. It's got a nice little burble on the overrun, nothing too pronounced. Has it got a steering damper, I wonder? Oh yes, I can see it down there, it's got a steering damper. That'll help on the bumpy bumps. Quite intoxicating, I'm very excited. This has really got the adrenaline pumping. I'm very alert, looking well ahead, but also trying to get the best out of this bike at the same time, so that I'm giving you a fairly balanced review. The thing is with these speeds is that I don't really get a chance to look at the road surface and judge whether I'm going to have to lift myself out of the saddle or not. It's quite harsh. It's quite a lot of high frequency, low wavelength bumps, if you know what I mean. Very vibratey. But that's because of the road, not the engine. The engine is absolutely smooth and very predictable. Throttle is easy to judge. You can be a cack-handed individual with the throttle if you want to be. But I'd definitely urge smoothness is the way forward. The one thing I don't like is that slack is probably twice as much as I'd want. But then does that lead to a twitchier throttle? I don't know. See, I wonder if that negative screen, you know, where it's white on black, is harder for the camera to read. I hope so. I do feel special on this. Makes me feel special. Bumps! Oh, hey, not bad actually. Glad I wasn't on the wrists there. Going on to dual carriageway. I'm afraid it might get a bit windy. Okay. that was quite fun. I think, yes. My shoulders were taking quite a buffeting, but no, that was good fun. It's poised. I feel very safe on it. 6th gear, roll on, 8,000 revs. 10. Oh, now it's picking up. Oh. Yeah, the torque can only do so much. It's only 55 foot-pounds of torque. So yeah, it definitely does have a good oomph at 10,000. Obviously, I wouldn't normally just sit in 6th at that point if I was going to throttle on. I'd definitely kick down to at least 4. The thing is, it does 80 in first anyway, so you've got all those revs to play with. But if you want to go, you could kick all the way down to 2nd gear if you really wanted to have some fun. I think on a racetrack you'd never get in over 3rd gear. You'd just stay 1st, 2nd and 3rd. Brilliant. It's very well geared for that sort of thing, I feel. So, having spent an awful lot of that dual carriageway going far too fast, you're not as protected from the elements as you are on the sprint. You obviously go a lot faster than you do on the sprint, and yet the sprint was no slouch. I don't know which I prefer, because I felt on the sprint I was going too fast anyway. This sort of performance isn't actually necessary on the road, and I think you probably would lose your license fairly quickly, unless of course you're ridiculously sensible and have an awful lot of resistance to fun. I've managed to burn an awful lot of fuel, and it is a great fun bike. My wrists are a bit stiff now, and not in a good way. The brakes aren't as good as I expected. They really aren't, and they're meant to be anti-fade Brembos. But Bally Ho, thank you for watching. I hope this has answered at least a few questions about the Daytona sports bike. Yes, I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. Thanks for watching. Bye! Oh wow, look at that old steamroller. Oh, beautiful. Watch where I'm going. Look at that. Isn't that wonderful?